getting a nice healthy dose of all the different schools coming together and celebrating. Even if the school ship had shut down forever and they had to move on, I'm sure most of them would have done fine. Maybe not the Morals Committee. I think they need to find a hobby. But if we ignore the rather rapid downfall of a few of them, that movie was something to celebrate. Especially the finish. That sequence was very enjoyable. But we need to take this time to just maybe enjoy a little bit more. And to that extent, there's an OVA. Might be prolonging a little what we saw before. I just kind of hope that there isn't any more talent shows on the horizon. If we couldn't escape the intro in a 3-minute version of the OVA, of course we're getting it again. But now that we are so close to the end, we kind of have to enjoy every minute. And I wonder if the extracurricular activities that all of the teams went through when they were out of school persist. Like, is that gaming club going to be able to bench press the tanks themselves? And since this is an OVA after the movie, there's a few things that might need to be addressed again. Or a little bit more. How long after okay, I was going to question who it was, but considering they're now saying like university student, there's only one person it could have been who was a genius and skipped some grades. Okay. I mean, having the kind of origin of how they all met. And then there's one other group who's not really paying attention to any of this. Oh, how they are dreaming of their interactions. So we're now kind of like the talent show, where it's just, here's the good things about being at our school. Well, you need to reform the volleyball club first. I like that they're trying to branch out slightly, but yep, kind of enemy general becoming a friend, as they said. They're all creating this idealized view of what she's going to be if she actually joins the school. Not quite the kind of elegant transport that could have been. I mean, they have enough trouble with the... Their method acting is pretty good. She faltered far too easily. I don't think just... There you go. Going over the rules is really going to affect someone that is intent on breaking them. Are we going to see any more kind of initial D references with these girls? Okay. They are building her up to be some sort of genius in every aspect. Is this really the school that she should be joining? Casual stuff, yeah. Is there any games based on that Boko bear? That would absorb all of her time. She wouldn't be the educational genius that she is. It's a pretty big point. Kind of like how Yukari is obsessed with tanks, Mio and that bear. I like it. Somehow I believe that she's really just tailoring it to herself. I think rather than trying to press about how amazing your school is, just make it, welcoming and inviting. Because they don't have anything that really outshines the other schools. No discussion, just rejected. Okay, how would that help? Well, they have their all... Why don't you put out the idea for all of them and let her choose? There we go. We needed someone to call it back down from absurdity. Which also means it's going to be complete chaos. She needs time to recover. She's seasick. She's not used to it because she skipped this entire life, didn't she? Okay. Would it actually help your seasickness? You're just distracted from it. I guess that is a fix in of itself. And they definitely have plenty of potato to give around. And yeah, they wasted no time. Has she been smearing it on herself? But we don't want this going in the school. Getting her already fit in the new outfits, the new school uniforms. How come we didn't see any of this during the actual show itself? And does she want to join the essential tank battles? At least let her answer. And the bear. They decided it for you. Well, she's knowledgeable. That's why she skipped all those years. Are we going to get a word or two? No? Okay. I'm surprised it isn't encyclopedia thickness. They would have been adding to it every day. Is she going to show interest in it? Did she just react as if it was actually, in reality, kill to death ratio? There you go. Now you've got her on board. I hope they've got enough potato to distract her from any more seasickness. And after the initial excitement of getting a new person in, once it all calms down, they just have a normal day. Yes, it's a onesie. She's taking that home with her. It seems rather easy to pacify her. She has found her true home here among all these bears. If you're going to say something sappy like her friends. Well, that is what she started doing the Sentinel Club for, her friends at, the school, but That seemed to throw her through a loop. Oh, she's not transferring anymore. She's actually not transferring anymore. Who would you rather have? But the fact that she's willing to give up a friendship full of those bears and movies and onesie. Just shows how much she actually wants to have another exhibition match. But also, I'd think, transferring to the school, you might not be competition-wise fighting against her, but in practice matches and whatnot, you'll get a lot more. But we can't have too many characters in this, too entrenched in that Boko museum, so there just wasn't space for her. I guess that was she's going to transfer over to the walking bear thing. Is that safe? Her character's kind of interesting, but at the same time, it's how everyone's fawning over her. I guess if those Anteater Club can do it, I should get back to doing more exercising. If nothing else, I really need that extra KD. It's good that none of the girls there were planning out their days or what they can be doing in the future. We have such a lovely time ahead of us. Because they would be sorely disappointed that, actually, no, she's not joining the school. But if you can make a decision so flippantly on just, oh yeah, I want to tank battle her. It must be nice having such sway that it's like, yep, okay, any school I go to will just accept me. If she's not joining that, Orion Girls Academy, which would be the next best place suited for her? I have some ideas personally, obviously not biased at all. But I'm assuming you liked that little, actually quite little and short OVA. Not too much to it, really. But if you had someone transferring over and had to show the best that your school had to offer, what would you lead with? I think maybe the best my school had to offer back in the day was surprisingly little amount of stabbings have happened. But if you liked it, let me know down below. If you like, comment, subscribe, join for more. Check out my Discord. Don't wait up for any extras. See you in the next one. Even though it has been many years since I needed education, my patrons have decided to make it their life's mission to really get me on board with this thing called anime. And I'm not gonna lie, it seems to be working. So, to Sal, Electric Ant, Arthea, Noku, Shiwan, Mecha, Jennifer Rojas, Stinsvire, Big Boy, Matt, Rasmus Paulson, Girly, Dark Shadow, 7899, Raywin, and everyone else. How many joys are we in for down the road? Only time will tell, but I'm glad to have you here with me.